Welcome to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're looking at a snapshot of news headlines from Friday, May 9th, 2025.
Yep, got a mix of things. Economy, trade, politics.
Social movements, market reactions. Basically, we're trying to quickly get under the hood, see what these developments might actually mean for you.
Exactly. It's a standard news roundup, but we want to pull out those, underlying trends and potential impacts. Let's jump in.
Okay, first up, the economy. The Federal Reserve met, and they decided to keep the interest rate range as is, 4.25% to 4.50%.
Right, no change there. But what stood out was their reasoning.
Yeah, that's what caught my eye, too. They mentioned concern.
Increasing risks to the economy,
Yeah.
that was the phrase. So it's sort of cautious hold. They're watching things.
And did they say what kind of risks?
They specifically cited potential consequences from recent tariff policies.
Oh, okay. So the tariffs are definitely on their radar as a potential drag, even if rates are stable for now.
Seems that way.
And speaking of trade, that brings us to the next item. A new U.S.-UK trade agreement announced.
Yes, and interestingly, it's being framed as the first big agreement of this kind since Liberation Day.
Liberation Day.
Yeah.
That term itself suggests a pretty significant backdrop.
It refers to a key moment in their recent history, kind of redefining their economic stance.
Yeah.
This deal is clearly aimed at strengthening those renewed ties.
Right. And it's expected to have effects across various industries.
Significant effects, that's the anticipation.
So how does this maybe play against the Fed's tariff concerns? Could this new UK deal offset some of that risk?
That's a really good question. It potentially could. A stronger link with the UK might act as a bit of an economic counterweight. A lot depends on the details, of course.
Yeah.
Which sectors benefit most, how deep the tariff cuts go, that sort of thing.
Got it. Okay, shifting gears completely now. Politics and a really historic event. Robert Francis Prevost has been elected Pope, Pope Leo XIV,
And the big headline there?
the first American Pope.
Ever. Wow. Yeah, that's a major moment, particularly, for American Catholics, but really globally, too.
And we saw President Trump and Vice President Vance offer congratulations pretty quickly.
Underscores the significance domestically, definitely.
Feels like one of those moments that resonates far beyond just the church.
Absolutely.
All right, now let's look at social movements. May Day protests, they've continued.
Yes, reports of continued demonstrations across the U.S., significant turnouts noted in places like L.A., Chicago, New York.
And what are the main issues driving these? Still the same things.
Seems to be a combination. Protesters are voicing concerns about labor rights, immigration policies, and also those recent federal layoffs we heard about.
So it reflects a kind of growing, or at least sustained, public dissent on several fronts.
Yeah, it suggests these issues are really hitting home for a lot of people.
Okay, so how did the financial world react to all this? The Fed news, the trade deal, the background noise, markets.
Well, Wall Street actually closed with gains on Wednesday. That was right after the Fed confirmed rates were staying put.
So some relief there.
Initial relief, perhaps, but investors are, now trying to figure out the bigger picture. They're weighing the steady rates against the tariff warnings from the Fed and the implications of this new UK trade deal.
It's never simple, is it?
Rarely. And you see that reflected in individual stocks, too. Like Disney saw a bit of a surge, but Alphabet stock dipped. So varied reactions depending on the sector in the company.
Right. So pulling it all together. Today's headlines really show how interconnected everything is. We've got economic caution, trade moves, a historic papal election, social activism.
And it all feeds into how the markets behave. Economic policy, international deals, social issues, even shifts in global leadership, they're all tangled together.
It paints a picture of maybe uncertainty, but also significant shifts happening simultaneously.
Definitely a dynamic period.
So as you go about your week, maybe think about how these pieces fit together. How might economic policy and trade shifts interact with social movements or even global events like a new pope? What's worth keeping an eye on as things develop?
Good questions to ponder.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.